How can milk, that white liquid which used to sour within hours on your grandma's kitchen table, now sit on a supermarket shelf for 6 months without refrigeration and still be called milk? What kind of black magic is this? Spoiler alert, it's not magic. It's ultra processing. Real milk, the kind that comes out of a cow and goes into a glass, is a living food. It has bacteria, enzymes, nutrients, fats, and proteins in their natural form. It's a biological cocktail designed by nature to nourish. But the milk most people drink today, it's been pasteurized, homogenized, ultra-filtered, fortified, and sterilized to death. It's basically white soda. And the most insidious part is, the worst damage might not even be what they take out. It's what's left inside. Let's break it down. Milk is roughly 87% water. Remove that, and you're left with lactose, about 5%, and protein, roughly 3.5 to 4%. The main protein? Casein. And that's where the plot thickens. Most people who think they're lactose intolerant aren't. They're casein sensitive. More specifically, they react to a mutated form of casein called A1 beta-casein, which didn't even exist until about 10,000 years ago. A genetic mutation in European dairy cows led to this new variant, which breaks down during digestion into a bioactive opioid peptide called BCM7. Sounds technical? Here's what it means in your body. Inflammation, mucus production, gut permeability, immune dysregulation, and symptoms that look like allergies, asthma, sinus infections, even neurological issues in some people. It's not rare, it's common. It's just not talked about. Because milk is supposed to be good for you, right? Originally, all cows produced A2 casein, a form much more compatible with the human body. It's still found in zebu cows, African breeds, Asian herds, and especially in Indian gyr cows, which produce the milk used to make traditional ghee. In places like India, raw A2 milk is medicine. In modern industrial agriculture, it's a niche, an inconvenience. See, here's how the dairy industry thinks. A zebu cow might give you 3 to 5 liters of milk per day. A Holstein Friesian, she'll give you 70. It doesn't matter if the milk makes you sick, what matters is volume. Welcome to modern food economics. But this isn't just about cows. It's about how we see food. Pasteurization was introduced to kill bacteria, sure, but it also kills enzymes like lactase, which helps digest lactose, and beneficial bacteria, which support the gut. Then homogenization comes in, forcing the fat molecules to be artificially broken and suspended throughout the liquid. So now your body doesn't recognize the fat anymore, and the cream doesn't rise to the top. That cream, by the way, is where the magic is, full of vitamin A, D, K2, cholesterol, and bioavailable fat-soluble nutrients. But that's the part we were told to fear. Let's not forget that for decades, animal fat, including the fat in milk, was demonized, not because it was proven harmful, but because a marketing campaign needed a villain to sell hydrogenated vegetable oils, Crisco, margarine, soy oil, and later canola. So the same milk that had nourished civilizations for millennia became bad for your heart, and the chemical slurry pressed from cotton seeds and deodorized in factories became heart healthy. Look it up. 1911, Procter & Gamble. That's where the sabotage of real food began. But back to milk. If you can get your hands on raw, unpasteurized A2 milk from grass-fed animals, you've struck nutritional gold. This kind of milk contains lactoferrin, immunoglobulins, omega-3s, CLA, and even beneficial bacteria that help seal your gut lining and regulate your immune system. That's right. Real milk heals, while fake milk harms. And if you don't do well with cow's milk, even A2, there's goat milk. Often overlooked, goat milk is naturally homogenized, which means the fat globules are smaller and easier to digest. It's also closer in structure to human breast milk, which is why it's been used for centuries to feed orphaned infants when breast milk wasn't available. It's rich,
creamy, and typically doesn't trigger the same immune response as cow's milk. But good luck finding that at your average supermarket. Then we have coconut milk. Not technically milk, but a powerful option. Coconut is rich in lauric acid, the same immune-boosting fatty acid found in breast milk. It's antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, and unlike seed oils, it's incredibly stable under heat. You can drink it, cook with it, and even ferment it into yogurt. It's what plant-based was supposed to mean before soy ruined the party. Speaking of soy, let's talk about the biggest scam in the dairy aisle: soy milk. First of all, it tastes like wet cardboard, but more importantly, it's loaded with phytoestrogens, plant compounds that mimic estrogen in the human body. Think about that, a hormonal imposter marketed as a health drink. And it's not just women who are affected. Men who consume too much soy can experience lowered testosterone, decreased libido, and in extreme cases, yes, this is real, gynecomastia, aka man boobs. And don't forget, 90% of the soy grown in the US is genetically modified and heavily sprayed with glyphosate, a known endocrine disruptor, gut microbiome assassin, and probable carcinogen. You think you're drinking something healthy, but you're sipping on hormonal confusion laced with herbicide. Soy milk is the poster child for everything wrong with food marketing. But hey, we'll go deeper into endocrine disruptors and their impact on fertility, obesity, and gender development in a future video. That's a whole other level of deception. Now here's the cherry on top. Even if your milk comes from the right cow, if she's fed corn and soy, guess what you're really drinking? You are what your food eats. If your cow eats garbage, you drink garbage. That's why grass-fed and pasture-raised isn't a trendy label. It's a nutritional necessity. Let's bring it full circle. Milk used to be local, seasonal, alive. Today, it's globalized, shelf-stable, sterilized, and subsidized. The dairy you buy today is a reflection of an industry, not a reflection of nature. But the good news is, you can still opt out. You can still source raw A2 milk, goat milk, or even make your own coconut milk at home in 10 minutes with zero junk. The power is in your hands. So no, it's not just milk. It's history, biology, economics, and politics, all in one glass. And every sip is a choice, a vote for healing or for harm, for the sacred or for the synthetic. And now that you know the difference, which one will you choose? If this woke you up, don't forget to like, share, and stick around, because we're just getting started.